As the public had yet to fully process the controversy surrounding the investigation involving Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Soo Hyun, another media bombshell suddenly erupted in K Entertainment. In just a few social media posts, the late Sulli's older brother, Choi Gun-hee, sent Korean online communities into chaos after hinting that he possesses a 37-minute audio recording allegedly containing shocking details involving Sulli, Kim Soo Hyun, IU, Lee Sarang, a psychiatric hospital, and even SM Entertainment. Yet the issue shaking public opinion is not simply what is inside the recording, but a much larger question: why, years after Sulli's passing, does her memory still have the power to stir the entire Korean entertainment industry while dragging some of KBIS's biggest names back into controversy? What makes the timing even more striking is that Choi Gun-hee's comments emerged shortly after police reportedly concluded that Kim Soo Hyun did not date Kim Soo Hyun when she was still a minor. From an investigative standpoint, such a conclusion should have served as a definitive endpoint to prolonged speculation. However, reactions online suggested otherwise. Not everyone was willing to move on. This reveals one of the greatest paradoxes of modern fandom culture. In the digital era, an official conclusion does not necessarily end public suspicion. Audiences no longer merely consume information, they compare narratives, revisit past events, connect scattered details, and construct their own interpretations. At the center of this growing storm stands Choi Gun-hee, appearing almost as the keeper of an unresolved memory. "I have a 37-minute phone recording with my sister's former manager," he claimed. He also stated that there are many things he wishes to question but that he has restrained himself for the sake of his mother, while insisting that the contents involve no fabrication or falsehood, according to his account. What ignited public frenzy was not the release of the recording itself, but how it was introduced, something mysterious, emotionally charged, and unsettling. The names mentioned are powerful enough to shake the Korean entertainment landscape. Keywords such as private life, psychiatric hospital, SM Entertainment, Kim Soo Hyun, and IU instantly triggered massive public curiosity. In media psychology, this is often described as the information gap effect. People become more obsessed with what they do not know than with what they already know. A recording that nobody has heard and whose contents remain unverified suddenly became hotter news than officially confirmed information. Yet, if one looks deeper, the so-called 37-minute bombshell may only be the tip of the iceberg. The roots of this controversy trace back years to the film reel, a project that sparked heated criticism due to Sulli's intimate scenes alongside Kim Soo Hyun. According to Choi Gun-hee's previous statements, information relayed to him by staff members and actors present at Sulli's funeral suggested that the intimate scene was allegedly not part of the original script, and although a body double reportedly existed, Sulli was ultimately persuaded to film the scene herself. These allegations, however, are based on second-hand accounts he shared and have not been independently verified. Kim Soo Hyun's side later denied the allegations. Representatives stated that all filming details had been thoroughly discussed with Sulli before she accepted the role and rejected claims that she had been forced to perform explicit scenes. They further explained that the production only used a standing double to assist with positioning and movement preparation, rather than a stunt or intimate scene body double. On the surface, this may appear to be a straightforward dispute involving conflicting accounts. But viewed more broadly, it reflects a much deeper anxiety among the public regarding how the entertainment industry treats performers, particularly young female stars. Following Sulli's death, many people no longer saw her merely as an idol. She became symbolic of unanswered questions. How brutal is the pressure within show business? Where does an artist's agency truly begin and end? And are there truths the public may never fully uncover? That is why every mention of Sulli's name still sparks intense emotional reactions. Audiences respond not only with curiosity but also with grief, regret, and, for some, a lingering desire for justice for a past they believe was never fully explained. Choi Gun-hee's cryptic warning that round 2 will begin only intensified the tension. When asked whom he was referring to, he reportedly mentioned "someone from the stars," a phrase many interpreted as a reference to My Love from the Star, the hit drama closely associated with Kim Soo Hyun. To many observers, it felt less like a vague remark and more like the opening signal of another public confrontation. Yet amid the emotional turbulence, the most important question often goes overlooked: where exactly is the boundary between suspicion, personal memory, second-hand testimony, and verified truth? In an age where a single social media post can instantly evolve into a court of public opinion, celebrities face immense pressure from online discourse. An official investigation may no longer be enough to silence doubt, while a single ambiguous statement can resurrect years of buried controversy overnight. The 37-minute recording, therefore, is not merely a story about Kim Soo Hyun or Sulli. It reflects how K-entertainment functions in a post-truth era, one where emotion, collective memory, and public trust can sometimes carry nearly as much weight as official facts. And perhaps what unsettles the public most is not what the recording may contain, but the unsettling possibility that, after all these years, Sulli's story may still not truly be over.